What's good, Raider Nation? It's a new season. Does this mean it's a new era? Welcome to the Spicy Shield Talk. Good evening, Raider Nation. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with Chris from Protect the Shield, and we have Mother Moon behind the scenes.
You know that's right.
So, the Raiders have had many eyes on them in this offseason. With the moves, with the draft pick, and with the 2024 season just ahead, it is undoubtedly a very important season for many around the nation and in the organization. This is an important year for the Raiders. Every year is an important year, but with it being a new era, is this even a more important year than ever? The Raiders will enter next season with many new players, new coaches, and a new GM, which will make the team much different than just 1 year ago. The Raiders also have many things they will need to figure out, such as who will be their QB1 next season, what will the offensive line look like, and who will fill the void in the secondary. The Raiders coaching staff and players will also likely still be getting used to each other in this new system that is fast approaching. So a lot to talk about tonight. Our drinking game alert is new era. If you're old enough, drink with us, toke with us, or Turk with us. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
New season, new era. It's here. It's here.
It's here. We're ready.
OTAs are popping again. That's what's up. Let's get it.
Yep. Raider Paul, thanks for joining us. Doppelganger, thanks for being in the house. The Raider Rundown, what's good? We appreciate all of you. Remember, if you haven't already, light that torch by hitting that like button, subscribe, and join to become a member of both of our channels. So let's get right into it. There's been a lot of discussion on some of the changes that have been made. Where should we start?
There's been a lot of talk. With OTAs happening. With a lot of the talk with the quarterbacks.
A lot.
We can go any way. I think the hot topic is the quarterback. You want to dive into that?
Yeah, let's dive into it. Well, let's just get it started here with one of our games. Would you rather? This could be a somewhat controversial topic because I think there are some fan favorites. Personally, well, before we go into what each of us thinks, we'll go into what you think. Let us know in the chat. Going into it right now, who would you rather? The ongoing saga discussion, Aiden O'Connell, or Gardner Minshew. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, a lot of people that follow me, they kind of know where I'm at. At the end of the day, I always got to start off saying I will support whoever is going to be our quarterback. So don't get it twisted. But if it's up to me, I want little ass boy as my quarterback.
Okay.
I want little ass boy week 1, man. Let's go.
All right. Would you like to explain a little more in depth as to why you're choosing him over AOC?
Yeah. So, the biggest thing, man, like I said, I like Aiden. I think Aiden will continue to develop. Aiden has some arm talent. He was in a tough position last year. I just think that with this being the first chance that Gardner really gets a chance to earn a starting position, I think he has enough skills to really, give us the best chance to start. He's never had this type of weapons with him. He can move in and out of the pocket. He just has some of those intangibles that Aiden just doesn't have yet. Again, Aiden probably will get it, but I just don't think he's ready yet. I saw some good things from him last year, but I saw some things that are really concerning. And I just think Gardner is going to be able to hit the ground running. He's played with a lot of different teams, a lot of different playbooks and schemes. He's going to be able to pick this up. It's not like Aiden had, a year on him in this playbook, because this is a completely different playbook than what he had last year. So both these guys are starting at ground zero. I just think Gardner's going to pick it up faster, and Gardner's going to give us the best chance to win.
All right. Fair enough. Let us know what you think in the chat. What's good, Raider Squid? Thanks for joining us. J.A. Raider says Garner overthrew 0-4, 8-4. Net throwing accuracy was perfect. All right. So that is a tidbit of info. Yeah, I mean, that I don't know. Thank you for that stat there. I'm not sure that is a decision-making factor in practice one, but thank you for that stat. Listen, I mean, do I have to pick? Because
Well, it is the game.
You have to pick. Don't leave us out here on our own, Spice. Don't leave us out here on our own.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, like to your point, Chris, I'm gonna rock with whoever AP and that coaching staff finds to be the best fit at the end of training camp, starting at the beginning of season. We all know
Yeah.
that AP has said that AOC has earned the right to take the first snaps in training camp in training camp. However, that means it's still up for a battle. It's still any man's job to win, right? Because otherwise, he could have clearly said, "Hey, AOC's my guy. I'm rolling with him," because AP basically said that in the middle of last season. He said, "Even when Jimmy comes back, AOC's my guy. I'm rolling with him. He gives us the best chance to win," is what he said. So I'm gonna have faith in whoever they choose. But if I have to choose, just because I've been kind of preaching on a consistency that the Raiders need, and Aiden O'Connell did do a good job filling in, if you will, for the second half of the season, I'm gonna go with AOC.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. And I love seeing the comments. Now, one thing I got to ask, can we put the call-in number at the bottom?
Of course.
Because I'm looking at Mr. James Johnson's comment, and, when you're reading it, you don't understand the tone of what he's saying, but I'm just curious. He's telling me to do my research and watch my research and watch the OTAs. I would love to hear for him to possibly call in and explain that. If he has a chance, Mr. Johnson. Shout out
All
to you,
right.
man. Appreciate you coming through. And I
Yeah,
love that picture.
AOC number 12 will be starter. Yeah, do your research and watch the OTAs. Yeah, I agree. Chris, explain, because it's hard to understand what everything means via text. All I know is that it seems like I just said, in terms of what we know, AP is giving AOC the first right under snap, and then both of these guys have the option to be starters. So if I'm missing something, please let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think AP has done the right thing. I think he should allow Aiden to get the first reps in training camp and stuff like that. Because again, he is the incompetent, the guy that was there. So, but as far as once if it's a true competition where it's a fair competition, the best guy wins. If I had to bet on it, I'd put Gardner just because of the skill set. But if it's close, he's going to roll with the younger guy. That only makes sense, because for the Raiders, it's great if Aiden O'Connell wins it, because that means we got our guy of the future. We got him for cheap. That'll be good. And plus, if Gardner is not selected, he's not going to be like our previous quarterback that just took his ball and go home. He's going to be a good teammate. He's going to help AOC continue to develop, and he's going to be a good backup quarterback. So, in a perfect world, AOC will be the starter.
Yeah, I kind of see that too. I think whichever one of these gentlemen wins the job, I think they'll support each other.
Yeah.
For sure. Speaking of making a bet.
Let's go.
Speaking of making a bet.
I turned down no smoke. Let's go, Spice.
So, Chris, tell us your prediction for the Raiders next season.
So I think we're going to go 12-5.
Okay, now let me tell y'all what happens if that doesn't happen.
Wait, hold on. Let's get it. Okay.
I already heard, so it's
So wait,
deal.
okay. So I said we'll definitely go over 10 wins. We'll at least be at 10 wins, but I think we'll be at 12.
Okay.
But you don't even think that they're going to get to 10, right?
I thought
Twisting it.
I thought that the Raiders were going to go 9-8.
Okay.
If you change your wager, you can. I have it in text that says you think they're going to win at more than 10, which
I
means
do.
11.
I do.
which means 11.
Okay, I'll do 11. I'll do 11.
Okay,
Let's go.
all right.
I'll do 11.
So the wager is if the Raiders, and hey, listen, I want the Raiders to win as many games as possible, but I feel like I can't be disappointed because if the Raiders don't go 11 with 11 wins, then my boy Chris has agreed to be the next costume fan next season, Raider Nacho Libre, everybody.
Do I have my chest out and all that too?
I mean, no, you can make it your own.
Okay.
You can make it your own.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit more swag on them, man. A little more swag, but I'm not worried. I'm gonna win anyway. The Raiders gonna win 12 games. You know, that's how I feel.
All right. Now,
What if I win though, Spice?
Hey, it was your upper. I was waiting for you to bring that up, but you never did. So I wasn't gonna. Hey, I wasn't gonna.
Oh, I will have something for you for the next show. I have it ready. Let me do my research.
I've already found this on eBay.
Oh man,
If
I'm a
we
good
wanna
sport. I'm a
customize
rocket.
it. But I don't know if this is my favorite per se, but I found this as well. And speaking of quarterbacks, I don't know if this is him or if this is a lookalike, but this is an option for you as well. So Raider Nacho Libre, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be a win-win season for us, or for me at least, because if the Raiders don't win at least 11 games, and we get a new costume fan, and I'm here for it. But I think we have a caller.
We do have a caller. We
Yes.
have Rick Samorano from Hawaii. Rick,
Hawaii,
come on.
aloha.
Hawaii in the house. Aloha.
Aloha, Chris.
What's up, Rick?
Spicy and Raider Nation. How y'all doing?
Doing
Good,
good.
man.
What's on your mind tonight?
Well, like I mentioned, I know the show you had on Monday, awesome show.
It was a great show.
I picked 10 and 7 with a +-2, but I'm gonna go with the 9 and 8. And this is no disrespect.
Oh, come on, Rick.
Because we can see our foundation being built. We can see that they're building both the trenches on both sides of the field.
Can you
I'm
turn it up?
excited. And I'd love us to go 17-0. We're not going to do that. Only we could, but. But I like Chris' prediction with the +-2. Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
you're
you.
good now.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the 9 and 8, just based on what we got at 90 guys that signed up right now on and then when we get to 53 and 11, normally on a Raider Bear or this show we'll be able to narrow that down and prayers for our players that no one gets hurt. Our minor nicks and bangs. That's it.
Yeah. Now, Rick,
Now,
do
Rick, I
you?
have a question for you folks, though. So, Powers Johnson. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, we are.
I love him.
Chris is obsessed. I think he's a great addition. I think it's just about figuring out where he fits best, right? I think he's gonna be a great attribute to the team, to the O-line, and yeah, I think it's just they're gonna figure out where he kind of fits best and see a little bit versatile.
Yeah.
I think that like Parham, Miller, Andre James, and then we got our depth there. So if these guys stay healthy, that's why I believe there are individuals in our Raider Nation organization and fans are saying that hey they're going to be a 10, 11, 12 win season just based on the depth and the position. So we'll see how our young guys turn out. It looks like they're doing good in OTAs. I went on Chris and yesterday's show, and thank you for all the insights that you do, sir. And thank you for having me on the show. Taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, man. I always love hearing
Aloha
from you.
kako, aloha tono, hui ho.
Thank you, man, for calling in. Yeah, that's a good call. And honestly, I just don't know, man. I feel like if we only win 9 games, it's kind of
9 isn't enough. I'll just say that. 9's not. I don't think 9 will be enough.
yeah. No, 9 definitely won't be enough to get to the playoffs. It definitely won't. But I see us doing better than that. Because again, I see us sweeping the Broncos, sweeping the Chargers, and probably splitting with KC, and I think we can get some more wins in there. So I don't know. We need more than 9.
Yeah, well, we definitely need more than 9. Let's see what the chat says here. Kind of scroll up a little bit. It's Raider Squid says, ha ha ha, that Ray
Mysterio mask.
Mysterio, oh, that's a real guy.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Yeah.
Is what I first started going to the bar in. Love my time as Christie's MVP Sports Bar in San Diego.
Okay, so Squid,
Okay.
that's what Squid started off at, man.
There you
okay.
go.
Okay. Well, the good thing is I'm not going to have to wear it because we're going to win at least 11
Yeah.
games.
That's right. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Gosh, I kind of want to see it. I'm not gonna lie.
You what?
Kind of want to see you in it. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? If we go to the playoffs, I might just wear it anyway. You know, just
There
for
you
a
go.
game. You know what I'm saying?
for
Just
the-
win-win.
Just
Who
for the funk
cares?
of it.
Yeah,
Just
who
for the funk
cares?
of it.
I mean,
The neighborhood.
I mean, honestly, if the next time we hang out and we're taking shots, if you dare me to do it, I'll probably do it anyway, so it don't matter.
I think he wants to do it. Cool. eBay, here I come. I haven't used your eBay in 10 years,
Settle
so I'm gonna
down.
Figure it out. Settle down. Raider Paul says AOC accuracy looked better than Minshew yesterday at practice. All right.
Guys, I
Hey, Jay.
what's up, Jay Jackson? What's going on, man? You know, we just gotta, again, we're looking at these OTAs. We just gotta remember what it is. These guys are just practicing in shorts and a helmet. You know, there's no real pressure. You know, I wouldn't necessarily look. I mean, to me, it's all about what these guys do when the bullets are flying. You know, I think
Yeah.
Jimmy G looked good. You know,
Oh, it's way too early.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, throwing the ball at a net.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't want our fans just to get overly excited about certain stuff. I do as well, but I don't know. Let's just see what happens.
All right. I don't know. I don't know what this means. Oh, not that. Sorry. Settle down in shorts, throwing in a net, no pressure. I don't know what the sound is going on. What you mean by this necessarily? Great show, so thank you. But my
Yeah.
eardrums are on mushrooms. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending if you like mushrooms or not. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Daniel says 2 rookies I can't wait to see is Taylor and the Walmart version of CMC Labe. Wow. Okay.
I'm glad you said that, Daniel. I'm glad because it kills me when people try to act like he's Labe. Now, I want Labe to be a beast, and I love that we got him. He has a great skill set, but people really act like he's the next, CMC. CMC is different, man. That he is an elite player, one that we haven't seen in a long time. Let's let Labe get into the role and see what he can do. But the Walmart CMC is crazy though. That's funny.
I know. I was as I was reading that, I was like, oh gosh, where is he going with this?
I think he's gonna be a good player though. I like what I see from him, but settle down.
Settle down. All right, we have a Harbaugh fan in the building, Chris. I'm gonna let you go for it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. See, I was just trying to drink my drink and relax. Okay, Cohen. Should have hired Harbaugh and will end up regretting it. We'll win 6-8 games this year at best. We'll be looking for a new coach in 2026. Please sell the team to a good owner with real
Wow.
Okay.
Comment of the day. Can I just say this really quickly, and then I'll let you go while you marinate on that?
Yeah.
I read that Harbaugh took music out of OTAs. Now, if I don't know, that to me that does not speak Raiders culture.
It doesn't.
It
Like,
makes me cringe a little bit.
it's going to backfire because that type of stuff is stuff that like Belichick would do. I mean, even McDaniels didn't do that. I remember what's the old guy that was coaching for the Broncos? Vic Fangio. He did that. Like little stuff like that. Those players don't like that. Like you can't be like this over authoritarian with today's type of athlete. I mean, it's just a different day. Now, back in the day, sure, it was different, but no, these kids are getting paid for one more than you as a coach. They're getting paid in college. Like you're not gonna just come into the organization of millionaires and just take away fun that they like during a voluntary practice. It's voluntary, like it should be fun. I mean, you get work done, but why are you, putting down the iron fist already? It's terrible. And Harbaugh, I'm glad we didn't get him. I'm a Michigan fan. I had to put up with him at Michigan. I'm glad he got us the national championship, but I can go on and on and on about the reason why I don't want Harbaugh. And I'm not going to waste everybody's time today.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
Cause Spicy, I can go. I can go on that.
I know, especially with that topic. That's
yeah.
why, I just let you go.
Yeah.
I got one little thing, and I got my.
Yeah, I could go, but I'm not going to. I appreciate you, your comment though. Everybody has their own opinion.
Oh, we got another wager in here. Damn, Shield, you made a bet. Mine is worse. My cousin and me bet who will have the better record by January. He's a choker fan. Loser wears their jersey until April. Wow, you can take off at the crib, but not in. Oh my gosh.
Dang, so you got.
That's worse.
You're gonna win though. You're gonna win, Josh. So you good, man.
I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't even want to wear a Raiders jersey for 4 months straight everywhere I went without taking it off. Let alone someone else's team. Like that's next level.
April.
I would never. Huh? It's winter. That's true. You can cover it up. Yep. Good point, Mother Moon.
Shout out to you, Ja. Though you're gonna win though. Your cousin wilding out for that because I think the Chargers are gonna be picking in the top 10. That's just me.
Oh, lad. Let's see. Oh, I see now, Spicy. It's a white. Which white are you drinking? Oh, I think it's a. Is this a Pinot Grigio?
Pinot.
Little piss. Anyway, a little crisp Pinot Grigio. What can I say? Raider Travis, what's good? Raiders gonna win that. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, Ja, that's an easy one, man. That's an easy one. Raider Nader Jason, what's up, buddy?
The shield, salute to you. I don't know. I just want to say I don't know if that's necessarily easy. I kind of, I've been back and forth with this, but I kind of see the Raiders in the battle for second place in the division, to be honest. So I'm
with
not,
who? With who? Spicy.
Well, speaking of the Chargers.
No way. They lost everybody. You're on mute. See, even the podcast gods. Because there's no way the Chargers they lost all their beasts.
Go ahead, Chris, take it.
No, I'm just saying the Chargers lost all their beasts. They lost their running back. They lost their top 2 receivers. I mean, their defense is in decent shape, but there's no way. They lost way too much. Harbaugh is not going to get them going right away. Guarantee it.
Well, fair enough. I just don't think it's going to be easily, as you say. Listen, the Raiders have their own issues. One can argue, the quarterback situation is still in limbo and those types of things. I hope you're right. I hope it's easy. I don't know. I just think it's not that easy to say it's going to be easy. Put it that way.
No, I get that. Nothing's going to be easy. But it's just the Chargers are going to be trash. I do know that. Broncos, I think they'll be trash too. Like, honestly, the division goes to the Chiefs, as we all know. But we have to, we got to prove it at the end of the day. We got to prove it. But, I'm just tired of everyone crowning these daggone Chargers. I think the Vegas odds is, 8 games, 8.5 games for the Chargers. I think ours is 6.5. Like, to me, that's crazy. That's crazy.
We have Leo here. Says just being a hater negative, no way out roster to worst be in Denver. Yeah, well, everybody wants.
Yeah, so Leo said Yeah, so okay, he said just being a hater, negative, no way out. Our roster is worse. We own Denver. Our D line is tops. No, that's for sure, Delio. That's for sure.
All right, how we sounding now?
Good, real good.
All right, my system went down, but we're back.
We made it rock. We made it rock.
All right, it's all good. But yeah, back to your. I don't know. I certainly don't know why everyone's crowning the Chargers. I'm certainly not saying that. I think the NFL and the or not NFL, ESPN and CBS and all these other people that are kind of making these odds, Vegas, if you will. The crazy thing about the Vegas odds is, man, they're almost never wrong.
I don't know.
They are almost. If you want spoiler alerts in sports, don't even watch and just see what the Vegas odds are, which is crazy. But even for me, 6 and 5 is low. 6.5 is low.
Right. Like, to me, that's crazy.
And I think the crazy part is as well, they're making that prediction with Minshew at quarterback.
See, I don't know, because I think a lot of people think that Aiden's going to be quarterback. At least most people that I'm talking to.
I'm not talking about talking to. I'm talking about these odds makers, like the actual
that's what they
odds
have?
makers. Yeah, correct. From what
Okay.
I've read, the actual odds makers
Have
are making
him being-
these predictions with Minshew.
So I wonder what it would change if we had Aiden.
Well,
I
I
don't-
can only think that it would be worse because why wouldn't they put Aiden in
Yeah.
the slot then and then make the record better?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm putting money on it. I don't care. I'm gonna win it.
The prediction's kind of mind blowing to me.
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
winning that
honest.
easy money. And I know you can never say easy when it comes to the Raiders, but
All right, let's get into this next game since we're discussing what we've talked about the running back position a little bit. We've talked about the quarterback position. So let's get into would you rather.
okay.
Let's get into this one's a tricky one, man. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
What's going on? But let's see.
So for this is would you rather in this particular, and I want you guys in the comments, I want you guys to answer this. For this particular team, if you can have one person back for this particular team to play this year in their prime, who would it be? Would you have our best quarterback ever, Stabler? Or would you have arguably the best athlete that's ever played the game? And again, I'm talking about both in their prime. I think this is a good one.
Yeah, this discussion can go on for hours.
Yeah. So Rick says Stabler. Travis says Jackson. Okay. So I see some both. Okay, Eric says Stabler 110%. Okay. Oh, this is about 50-50.
To fill the void as of right now.
See, I just want to see Jackson play. Yeah. Oh.
Chris, would you like to answer?
So he said, "Oh, who I would pick? Because I have to go. I have to go Jackson just because if we have Bo, it don't matter who our quarterback is. Like honestly, Mother Moon can be quarterback. All we care if we have Bo Jackson. Just give Bo Jackson the daggone rock, and then yeah." Stabler would be so sweet with these receivers, though. But yeah, give me Bo. Bo knows.
Yeah, I think this is a tough one. This is extremely hard, right? And I'm probably overthinking this.
I know that's what it's hard.
But obviously we have Stabler, probably arguably the best Raiders quarterback of all time, Super Bowl champion. And then we have Bo Jackson, which could have been, that's the caveat, right? That's the asterisk. Could have been probably the best running back, not only on the Raiders, but maybe
Ever.
of all time in the NFL. And we'll just never know that, unfortunately. And then I'm going to pop back to Stabler and say, wow, it was just such a different time and era
That's a good point.
of quarterback play. And how does he
point.
fit into today's game? And would he thrive and excel in today's game? I mean, who knows? I think with that said, though, Bo Jackson would certainly thrive and excel in today's game.
Yeah.
So it's man, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
But I think, as I'm kind of speaking out loud and thinking about it, I think I'm gonna have to go with Bo Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, Bo was different, man. Bo was different. And like someone said, like we didn't even see what his prime was, but the little bit that we did see, that part of his career was better than almost anyone that we've seen. And football was a hobby to him. Just imagine him like focus on football and like really like worked out, and man, it would be ungodly what he can do. But I do see a lot of people. A lot of people said I watched both play. Some said Bo, some said Stabler. So this was a good question because I literally see it's 50-50.
Yeah. I'm just sorry. I'm reading a little all these, trying to read these comments here to see which way people are going. But all right, you say 50-50.
Let me say a lot of Bo.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Bo Jackson. Mother Moon, you have an opinion?
I think I'm gonna go Bo as well. I just, Bo knows all. That's what's resonated in everyone's head.
Bo don't know diddly.
Bo diddly. Man, Bo was something special, man. That's for sure.
That's all you gotta say,
All right. Well, let's get a little bit more into these quarterback discussion with a little.
As Spicy said, oh, that's the music going. Hey.
Oh, it's still going?
Turn up a little bit.
Woo. Okay, so let's get
There
to
you
the
go.
first question here. We have agree or disagree. So, do you agree or with Mad Max that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with Mad Max?
Agree. You have a reigning two-time back-to-back Super Bowl champion. If that's not the best, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And actually, I think. Listen, I'm gonna pick Max's brain for a little bit. This is my thought, not his. But if I'm gonna read into it a little bit, I think he wants to put him on that pedestal so he can knock his ass off of it.
But he also is all about respect. Like, he didn't only say he's the best quarterback in the league. I think Max put him on his Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, if I remember correctly.
That will be coming up. So let's go to statement number 2. Do you agree or disagree with AOC, Mount Rushmore, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and Aaron Rodgers? Do you agree with that? Was that your pick? Or would those be the ones you picked?
I mean, listen, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. I guess just because that's not who I would have picked, I'll disagree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably his, but yeah, it's definitely not mine. But it's hard to even come up with the Mount Rushmore, honestly. So
yeah,
hard.
you want to just try real quick for fun?
See, me and I only go by people that I've seen play. So I'm not gonna talk about no Johnny Unitas and all those guys.
Let's stick with that too. Let's stick with the newer.
Yeah, the guys that I see play.
Okay,
now,
fair enough.
I gotta put Brady up there. I gotta put Peyton Manning up there, and honestly, I gotta put Mahomes up there. So now the fourth person is tricky for me, because Joe Montana was a beast, but I just don't. He just didn't do it for me. To be honest, and I hate him, but John Elway was so good. So I don't know. That fourth spot is like.
Yeah, the fourth one's always.
Yeah, it's
tricky
like
'cause
to
you
me,
try
it's
to
like
swim
Rodgers, Elway, Montana, Marino. Like, it's like a mix between them. But if I had to pick someone, I hate to say it, but Elway, man. Elway was a dog. I hated that dude, man.
All right.
I hated him, man.
I'm gonna go Brady, Mahomes, Montana, And again, I kind of stuck in this fourth position as well.
Brady Mahomes. Is it Brady Mahomes, Montana? Okay.
Brady Mahomes, Montana. And
You
fourth
didn't
one's
like-
always tough.
You didn't like Peyton? Peyton was so good, man.
No, not really.
I hated when we played him. It's like he would know what you were doing before you did it.
I know, like, and I never saw those guys play either, but can I just throw in one of the Raiders guys just because?
Otto. How could it not be?
Quarterback.
Quarterback,
Oh,
Moon.
duh,
What
duh.
are you
I'm
drinking?
It happens all the time. Don't worry.
I'm thinking overall. Okay, that's my own question.
An honorary since he snapped the ball to the quarterback. How's that?
He is a GOAT in his own, though. Shout out to him, man. Rest in heaven, man.
All right, Mother Moon, what's next?
Okay, with my bag, quarterback edition. Okay, number 3, agree or disagree with Mad Max saying putting Patrick Mahomes on Mount Rushmore. He's saying put him on. Do you agree
I
with
agree
that?
with it.
Oh, yeah, I'd agreed. Yep. And everybody in the chat, give us you guys' Mount Rushmore quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Only people that you guys have seen play, though. So, if you're not old enough to see, Johnny Unitas, I don't want to see no Johnny Unitas. If you're young,
I think our demographic
yeah.
is when they're probably most in their 50s, so they've seen probably more than us.
Yeah, well, some. Yeah.
Okay, Mother Moon.
Let's go to question number 4. Agree or disagree quarterbacks in today's game are better than quarterbacks of the past?
I agree.
So,
Are they better?
Better. While he thinks about it, I'll even say I just think athletes in general today are better just due to
The game is so
technology, nutrition, training, equipment. Yes, agree.
that's tough because the game is so different. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree though. I'm agree. I'm agree. Because honestly, I really don't think some of those quarterbacks from the past would make it in today's game. Like the Boomer Esisons of the world and Phil Simms and all. Like I don't think they would be that good in today's game.
And by the way, no, I was not saying I'm 50. I'm saying I think the viewers are mostly in their 50s, which gives them decades more than Chris and I to have seen quarterbacks
they probably seen more.
Because she said more in our era. That's
Yeah.
Because I'm sure a lot of our viewers saw the quarterbacks in the 70s and the
Yeah.
Raiders players of the 70s, which you and I never got to see.
Yeah. Like I never had a chance to see Stabler or anything like that. But
Right.
All
right. Any more?
Yeah, we have one more.
Okay.
And agree or disagree quarterbacks are overprotected by the NFL rules.
100.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
agree.
You can barely touch these fools anymore.
Yeah.
They're going to be giving them bump caps. Oh, they already
Oh,
have.
they have.
And flags pretty soon. Bump caps and flags, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Yeah, no, they definitely are protecting their investment. That's for sure, because they know the quarterbacks is what putting butts in the seats.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I like a good defense. I want to see a quarterback go down and go down hard. That
Yeah.
excites me more than anything, honestly.
yeah, no, I agree. I just I don't like the cheap shots. I don't ever want to see no one quarterback
Sure.
getting hit low or stuff like that. But hey, if you get your hands on a quarterback and you can slam them down, so be it. I'm with it. I'm with all that.
No, most definitely. But yeah, I just think it's going back to what I was talking about with the Stabler. I just think it's a totally different game now than before. The rules are different. The game has
Yeah.
changed. I think it's faster. I think it's more dynamic. All those sorts of things. But back then you can smash someone in the face, which was very nice as well. So it's just different.
Yeah, I always
And
love.
honestly, it's always going to be hard. It's always going to be hard to base the best, right? Because of those reasons.
Yep.
Like if you look at, I always love to use my little Serena Williams analogies if you don't already know, but you look at some of these tennis players who have 20 titles and all this stuff, and she's at 23. Oh, she only has 3 more. Oh my gosh, Serena Williams would have hit them off the court.
Back in the day?
These,
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the, these women
Oh,
would never
yeah.
had a chance to.
Yeah.
They would have seen a serve go by and
Yeah.
not even see it coming.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a wrap. If she played in that era, she would have 50.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
true.
so that's kind of like my analogy to kind of relating it to these times.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, because she's just so strong and everyone. I used to like watching women's tennis back in the day, like Monica Seles and all them. That's my shiz.
So,
Okay, thanks for playing.
all right.
Let's look at some of these people's Mount Rushmore. Let's scroll up and
let's
get
do
some
it.
of those.
Okay.
I've seen some good ones.
All right. Let's see. Let me find some here. Randall Cunningham, Steve Young, Favre, and Jim
Ooh.
Kelly. Again, I don't really
Ooh.
think there's any wrong answer.
Yeah, there's no
I'm
wrong
sure
answer.
any
It's like what you like.
yeah, it's all justifiable. I'm sure in one way or another.
Cunningham was a beast. Steve Young was a beast, man. I like Steve Young a lot. He was nice. In fact, kind of like an unpopular opinion, I like Steve Young better than Montana, me personally.
I don't like either one of them. I was just saying. No offense, guys.
Brady, Manning, Mahomes, Favre. That's not a bad list. It's not a bad list. Like I said, that fourth one is tough, but that Brady, Mahomes, and Manning is kind of
Oh, Troy Aikman.
Plunkett,
Crossed my mind,
Aikman.
actually.
I'm not mad at that.
Young.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Troy
Steve
fan,
Young,
but
I
I could
assume,
see
was
how
that
somebody liked him though.
Oh, here's the right answer right here. Duh.
For sure, AOC. Montana, I hate to say it.
Joe Namath.
Ooh.
Didn't he?
Oh, Bradshaw.
Stable
Terry
Bradshaw.
freaking Bradshaw.
Bradshaw was a tough dude. That was a tough dude right there.
Look at this list.
Carson Palmer. Oh man, leave my boy Pryor out of it, man.
Man, they're not even the best Raiders quarterback.
I always liked
that's
Pryor,
clearly a
man.
joke, and
I
I'm
got
here
a soft
for it.
spot for Pryor, man.
That's funny.
See.
All right. So we want to kind of continue on a little bit about, we heard just a little chatter, which we've kind of done most of the show here, but we'll just circle back a little bit. New season, new era, new vibe, new culture, new head coach,
Yeah,
new GM, maybe a new quarterback,
yeah.
improved defense,
I'm feeling
improved
good.
weapons. What do you think?
Yeah,
What do you think about this new era? What do you make of it?
I'm feeling good. Like, there's been so many years around this time where it's just so many question marks. I mean, there's question marks now, but
Right.
it just feels different. You know, I feel like we have a plan. I feel like we're building on something. You know, we actually have draft picks from years ago that are still here. They're developing. You know, I remember back when, you know, we would have really none of our draft picks will even still be on the team anymore. I mean, we're looking at guys that's coming up on a contract year that we don't even think we'll be able to sign all of them. You know, we got Trayvon Morick, Malcolm Kuntz, Diablo. You know, I don't think Diablo yet, but I mean, we still got guys that we got to make decisions on, and to me, it's huge. That's a good problem to have. So the guys are fired up. Max is fired up. Just listen to the press conferences. They said that defensive line are just acting like animals, and the rest of the team is feeding off of that. It's a good time to be a Raider fan, man. I know we got some things we still got to work on, but I'm hyped. I don't know about y'all. I'm hyped.
All right, and let's talk about this a little bit. Besides the obvious in Tay and Mad Max, in this new era, by the way, salute. Oh, that's our drinking game alert tonight, new era. Besides Tay and Mad Max, the obvious, in this new era, who do you see, chat included, let us know. And while you think about this, Mother Moon and Chris, and while you respond, chat, we're going to let a video play with Patrick Graham. But we want to know, who do you think the leaders are going into this season? Who is going to be the offense and defensive leaders? Of course, besides the obvious. And hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
Yeah, they can't hear it.
2 weeks ago, we were doing drills during the phase 2 process, and I was in the back of the D-line group, and I just saw him coaching up one of the young players. And I mean, coaching them up with authority. It's like this, do that. Once you see that, that's showing command of his craft. And when you hear that, you know, it just, again, I tell you guys all the time, as a teacher who happens to teach football, I mean, I was just proud. I was giddy. You know, I don't know what defensive coordination used the term giddy, but I was giddy. I mean, just to see him do that. So now you're seeing a young man, you know, developing true mastery of his craft, where he's able to go ahead and, you know, coach others up with authority. I was impressed. It's just the confidence he has right now.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no, I was saying, so for the people that weren't able to hear the beginning, he's basically giving a story about Malcolm Kuntz. Basically, you know, at practice, he's showing that he's a leader, you know, so he's you know, taking young guys aside and showing them. He didn't give the player that he was helping, but can you hear a echo on my end?
I can.
Okay. All right, but anyway, so he was talking about Malcolm Kuntz and how impressed he was just seeing him just kind of take more of a leadership role. So, you know, I know Spicy kind of asked that question on, you know, who's going to be the next leaders. Again, I hope Malcolm Kuntz, we can re-sign him. But I would love to see him be one of those leaders up there because he's seen a lot of different eras. I think he got drafted by Gruden. He had to go through, you know, the McDaniels era, and now he's on another era, and this is only, I think, his 4th year. So, you know, shout out to him. But, yeah, I think Malcolm Kuntz has the ability to be one.
Yeah, and not only that, I agree with you, Chris. I think he has the ability to be one. I mean, PG said it himself. Is it kind of awkward to hear a DC say giddy? I've never heard that before. I laughed at it when he said it, and then when he recognized it, then he doubled down on it. So listen, I'm not mad at that either. But I like that I'm hearing that we're seeing these guys feel comfortable and confident enough to be in that role. I think part of the new era is that's going to start happening. And you've seen it even now, even with Tay saying that he was reserved at first. And now he feels like, because he came onto somebody else's team. Now this superstar of the NFL, arguably the best receiver in the league, is still saying, hey, I got to be reserved here because I'm the new guy on this team anyway.
Yeah.
So to see these guys feel comfortable enough and confident enough to take these leadership roles, that excites me. Mm-hmm. That probably excites me more than anything, actually, because you want that. You know, go, like you said, I think he's going into his 4th season as well, and that doesn't necessarily make him a veteran, but it means he has experience, and he likely has more experience to whoever he was speaking to.
Yeah.
So I like it. I think Spillane, I think Wilkins. Mm-hmm. I think those are some defensive leaders, should be some defensive leaders.
Yeah.
I think Spillane's proven himself, at least last season, to me, to be able to be a vocal guy on that defensive side. Even though Wilkins is a new guy, I don't necessarily think being a new guy, listen, respect, right? Don't come in and like take over too much, but you could be vocal. He could be vocal.
Yep.
And I'm going to roll with AOC. Since I rolled with AOC and Who Would You Rather, I'm just going to treat him as QB1 until I'm told he's not. So I got to say, as QB1, at least the guy that's going to be taking those snaps under quarterback first, you have to be a leader in that position.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I hope he's confident enough to assume that role and lead until he's told otherwise.
Yeah, no, I agree. And honestly, you made a good point because I think Aiden, you know, a lot of people, even myself, and actually even AP, you know, kind of called Aiden out. Just, you know, they want to see him more vocal. But, you know, I think to that point, being vocal comes with confidence as well. Like Aiden got thrown into a very rough situation where he's trying to learn, and then at the same time, you know, it's hard to kind of lead other men when you're still trying to understand it yourself, so you can't necessarily say stuff with confidence. And that's kind of what Patrick Graham was talking about. Like, Kuntz was saying stuff with confidence, so he knew what he was doing. He know that what he was saying was correct, where Aiden just doesn't have that yet. It's going to take him probably a couple years to get that. But I think if he does develop that, he'll be fine. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah. You have to have the confidence. I mean, if we all saw the episode, if you haven't seen the episode of The Rush with AOC, he spoke about basically kind of always being the underdog.
Yeah.
You know, he spent what, 6 years in college or something
Yeah,
like
6
that?
years. Yeah, 6 years at
in
Purdue.
college, walk on, no scholarship.
He was 8th on the depth chart.
He was 8 on the depth chart. At one point, had 9 quarterbacks, which is a huge amount of quarterbacks, by the way, on one squad. Moved up to 5th on the depth chart, which is still way, way, way down there. And then to be drafted in, was it the 4th round?
Yeah, 4th round.
Drafted in the 4th round, was never expected to be a starter. Ended up starting half the season and did well, considering. Listen, it started rough. But that's just how it's going to go. Listen, a rookie in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And not even being, under center for most of the season, and definitely not during, training camp to get those reps.
Yep.
I mean, that's a tall order, and I think he did a good job.
Yeah, no, he definitely fought. He overcame some adversity. And again, Aiden's a guy that's easy to like. You just hear him talk. You can tell he's a humble guy. You want him to do well. Just at the end of the day, it has to translate into wins. Having a nice guy, with a losing record doesn't really do it. So we'll see.
I think we've had that before, right? Sounds familiar.
For 9
Familiar.
years.
I feel like that sounds familiar. Let's get into some of these comments. Let's get into some of the fun ones.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Cohen. Is that an elevator? What is that I don't know what that is. Matt. I don't know who Matt is either, by the way. Please elaborate. Matt is the only Raiders channel that is honest about the Raiders. I'm assuming, if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm assuming he's saying we're not being honest. I don't know what we're being quote-unquote dishonest about. We just giving our opinion, and I feel like it's real.
No, I've been looking at this guy's comments throughout. They're pretty funny. He's talking about, can the Raiders get Arch Manning in 2026? So it's like stuff like that. Like, it's hard to take watchers like this seriously because their limited knowledge on the game of football. But again, I appreciate you stopping by and giving your honest input on that. So I appreciate it, Quinn.
Maybe he's being funny. I don't know. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're watching on 4Life, jump over to Protect the Shield. If you're watching on Protect the Shield, jump over to 4Life. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button. Leave a comment. Either way, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Thank you, my friend.
Let's see. Super Omnicron. Brady was 5th on the depth chart behind a lot of players at Michigan.
That's true. That's true. And again,
by the way, were you real quick? Sorry, were you a Brady fan at that time? I assume you were, right?
I liked Brady, but he at the time I didn't necessarily want him starting because he did some good things, but he won some big games for us. But again, Brady, the thing with Brady, he just worked so hard and it just became obsessive to him. So he outworked a lot of players, and that's kind of what happened there. But talent-wise, he didn't get that until he got to the Patriots and really took his game to the next level.
Okay. Were you gonna? Sorry, I kind of cut you off there. Were you gonna
oh no, but that's a good point. Brady, he definitely did. Started off low on the depth chart, just kept working, and I think that's really the story of Aiden. He's one of those guys that don't mind just putting his head down and just working his way up, and you gotta love that because a lot of people like, cause I remember when I first went to college and played, and I saw where I was on the depth chart. I'm like, screw this. When's the next party at, y'all? I
Were you
just
just
whatever.
scrolling, like,
Yeah.
scrolling?
I'm like, damn. Like, I know I'm better than him, but yeah,
Well,
but
to that point, I just want to refer back to the rush here with AOC. I think they asked him, hey, being that far down on the depth chart, did you consider, transferring and things of that nature? And that's what he said. He met at the time. He met his now wife, who
Yeah.
kind of settled in, and he felt comfortable there, and he liked the school, and he felt comfortable, and then the opportunity presented itself. So
yeah. No, I applaud him, man. I applaud him. A lot of people would have been like, screw this. I'll just work on getting my degree and think about what's
right?
next.
Speaking of degrees, should we talk about the Chiefs kicker just for a second?
We can, but before we get to that, let's our boy Koan or maybe a female, I'm not sure. He had another comment. Can you put that up real quick?
I don't know which one. The not saying you're dishonest?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
So he said not
Not
saying
saying-
you're go ahead. So not saying you're dishonest. It's be honest about this team and this roster. It's a middle of the pack roster.
Hey,
mean,
I predicted 9-8, which is pretty middle of the pack, and
Yeah.
that's my truth. That's my
Yeah.
honesty.
No, and I feel that. And I think when we talk about middle of the pack roster, I think we're a little bit better in the middle of the pack. Granted, we don't have the big name quarterback that most people would like to see us have. But as far as defense goes, we're going to have a top 10 defense. And I think we have the ability to have a middle of the pack or even like 12th, 13th-ish type offense. That's enough to be a good playoff team that's dangerous. And plus, when I'm looking at the roster, I'm also looking at development. What are these year 2 guys going to do? What are these year 3 guys going to do? It's all about continuity. That defense, some of these players are going to be in the same defense for the 3rd year in a row. Those guys are going to continue to get better. Tyree Wilson's going to get better. Diablo's going to get better. Even Robert Spillane is going to get better. That's big. That's big.
All right. Weatherman wants to put up one more comment.
Thank you, Rudy, man. Appreciate you
Rudy.
watching us. Make
Appreciate
sure
you.
you go to both channels, hit the thumbs up and support. We appreciate you, man.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. We hope you like it. Catch us every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. All right, little controversial topic here.
Uh-oh.
Talk about the Chiefs kicker, since we talked about graduating. I don't know. And by the way, I just want to say this, because this has been the great debate probably for like a week now, at least on social media, about his speech. I really only want you to comment if you actually listen to his commencement speech. If you listen to his commencement speech, please comment. If you saw a headline or a comment or a meme, you can chime in, but just tell me that's where you got your information, so at least I know what I'm kind of basing it off of. Because I will say this, I listened to the 20-minute speech. It was what he said was very different from the narrative
media,
that's going around.
Yeah.
What he actually said. This is a perfect example, Chris. I think you and I did a show 2 weeks ago where we were talking about Josh Jacobs. And Josh the fans demanded him to give some sort of parting comment
Goodbye,
or statement. And he said, what do you want me to do? Give some fake statement?
Yep.
And Raiders fans took it as, why are you calling Raiders fans fake, which is not even close to what he said.
Yeah, he ain't saying
And
that.
I feel like this speech is taking on that same sort of, I hear what I want to hear.
Yep.
So I just want to say this. Listen, I don't agree with most of what he said, but that doesn't make his opinion wrong, and it doesn't make mine right. It just means we have a difference of opinion. But I do want to say this. He did not say a woman's place is in the kitchen.
Right.
He did
right.
not say you have to go be a homemaker. He didn't say your degree is invalid. What he said was, while you go out, you've earned your degree, while you go out looking forward to these promotions and these titles, likely what you'll be most proud of
is
being a wife and a mother. And I would venture to guess that if you ask most women, even in high positions, what is their most, Mother Moon, help me here. What's the right word here? What is their most
Proud
biggest accomplishment, or what are they proud of? They're
Yeah.
likely not going to say their job, even though they may be in a CEO position. They're likely going to say, "I'm proud of my children, my household, my husband, and the things of those nature."
And that's what brings joy to them over their career.
And then he went
Possibly.
on to say, "And I'm grateful for my wife who has chosen to be a homemaker and has kept me basically accountable for being, even though my career as a football player is one thing, she's kept me accountable for being
You're a little
good-
echoey, Spice.
a
just
good
little bit.
father and a good husband." So to me, I just think it's like, again, the beginning of the speech threw me more than that statement. The beginning of the speech was like, well, I really don't agree with anything that this guy's saying, but whatever, that's his belief, and I'm not going to knock him for it. I guess I'm not necessarily sticking up for this man in general. I just want, even when you're watching our show, like with this guy just saying we're not being honest, don't hear what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Hear
Yeah.
what we're saying on this show. Hear what this gentleman is saying at his commencement speech. Read what Josh Jacobs is saying and take those words to what people are actually saying. And don't hear what you want to hear and twist them to make your own narrative, or to make people seem like they're the villain or the demon or things of that nature. Chris?
Yeah, no, good point. And so like I read like kind of what he was saying. But thanks to you, I went back and listened to it. If you listen to like what the media was saying about it, it makes you feel like he's like trying to put women back 50 years, like, hey, you need to just be a homeowner. You need to just be baking cookies and cleaning the house and
nothing
just
like
pumping
that.
out babies. And when you listen to it, that's not what he was saying. He's talking about his experience with his wife, about when she was the happiest, like what she was the most proud of, what being at home, taking care of their kid or whatever. But I didn't hear at no point where he was saying that's what all women should do. He was just saying that, likely, when you sit and reflect on what was important and kind of like what you accomplished, like I think, raising your kids and being a good mother, that's probably high on the list. A lot of times probably higher than, like you said, getting a promotion and things like that. So I have no problem with what he was saying. The only thing that kind of throws me off is how fans perceive it. Like now they almost some fans almost look at him as like a hero. Like now he has the number one selling jersey, stuff like that.
There's extremes on both ends, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't like that because they're all talking about freedom of speech, blah blah blah. But I posted it on social media somewhere. We pick and choose when freedom of speech is okay, and that's the part that I don't like. Like if we're going to say freedom of speech is good, let's applaud it, and then let's applaud it, all the way across the board. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, and I think the problem with today's society is we only like to applaud freedom of speech when it's our narrative.
Right.
And that's kind of where I'm saying, like, I didn't necessarily agree with everything he said. I actually didn't agree with anything he said, to be honest. I mean, more not so this statement, but really how he opened it. More how he opened it. I was like, so what? But again, that's not my lifestyle. That's his lifestyle, and he was giving a speech to someone, to a crowd that kind of believes in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
But shout out to, I think this is for you, Chris. I'm going to scroll back up here. Raider Ryan became a YouTube member because I think he subscribed last week to our channel. So thank you so much, Raider Ryan. We appreciate you. He went on to give a super chat.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Salute Nation. I have never seen such a hype special teams coach before until ours yesterday.
I
He
wanna
couldn't
talk about
even
that.
stay on stage.
I wanna talk
Love
about
all
that.
the energy going around the franchise. Raiders.
Shout out to you, Ryan. I'm glad you said that. I thought I was the only one that felt like that. I absolutely want to hear what's his name, McMahon or whatever, Tom McMahon, I think, the special teams coach. I want to hear him talk more. He had me fired up about special teams. Usually we don't care about special teams, but I think he got me fired up about the new special teams rule. You know, it seems like it's going to be very strategic now, more than what it was before. Yeah, like Ryan said, he was all off the stage just trying to show everybody what it's going to look like and stuff. So shout out to him, man. I literally thought I was the only one that was hyped up for watching him. So that's a definitely good take, Ryan. Appreciate it. Appreciate the super and appreciate you being a member, man.
All right. Thanks. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us, the Spicy Shield Talk. You can catch us here every Wednesday. Really quickly before we go, I just wanted to announce that I am having a raffle for the Raiders versus the Chiefs at Allegiant Stadium. Ooh. I haven't released it yet. I'm going to release it tomorrow on Spicy Raider Girls Facebook page. But once I release it, it will be $15 per entry, $25 for 2 entries. But all of you that are watching, since you're a supporter of both of our channels, I'm going to offer it to everybody at $10 per entry. So if you want to enter that, again, go to Spicy Raider Girl on Facebook, and or you can comment down here if you want to enter that raffle before I actually release it to the public tomorrow. And that's kind of a perk, one of the many perks to our viewers. You get cool, ticket option discounts. I guess.
And that's going to be a hell of a game. So whoever gets that is lucky. Lucky.
All right, Raider Nation. Well, we go out one way and only one way.
Raiders! See you next week, y'all.
Thanks for watching.